Hi, I'm going to talk about magnets in your metal shop. If you own a plasma table and you work with sheet goods, they're heavy. I make a welding table, the 4x4 piece weighs 245 pounds. Two people could maybe manage it, but I don't have two people here. I'm a one-man shop. So I came up with this. I took an old pallet jack that didn't work anymore, basically got it for free, lifted it up, welded it up in the up position, and made a similar A-frame type deal. I bought two magnets off of Amazon. They're actually magnets for doors, to lock doors. They have 1,200 pound pull, which is different than lift, but I can pick up 1/2 inch sheets of metal, and actually the thicker the metal, the more magnets you have. And they're controlled, I mean, they're just 12-volt magnets. I've got two of them. I've got them on a switch here where I can, place them around, turn the magnet on. I'm going to walk around here, and I'm going to lift this sheet up. And then you can move it around to your table, unload them off your truck. You've got enough reach to go, pretty far to the table. And then you just lower it back down. And with this, I want to say something. Don't trust the magnets. Don't ever get underneath them. But it's a lot easier than putting straps around them, lifting them up. They'll hold. But occasionally, if you've got some rust or dust on your deal and it's a thin pieces, it's 10 gauge metal, and if you bump something really hard, they could fall, so be careful. Here's what it looks like. I've got some counterweights of concrete, which I really didn't need, but I had the concrete and I poured it, and I've got a 50-pound weight right above the deal, and I'm going to try to pan up here real slowly. I've just made an A-frame with the electronic or electric winch on top. It works really good. Here's another idea for magnets in your metal shop. With your chop saw and cutting lengths, the same length every time you need a stop block, I've got a metal table, and what I came up with is two magnets that actually turn on and off just by the twist of the knob. These are really for woodworkers, and I'm a woodworker also, but you can buy these at Woodcraft, your local store, woodcraft.com. And what you do, you just set it down the table and twist, and it will not move. So every cut's going to be the same. I designed it where it actually, you could move it this way to get over my roller. So I gave it some overhang so I can pretty much, there's nowhere on the table I can't get. I can get within like an inch cut every time. But if you're doing repetitive cuts and you want them, if you're making a welding table and you want all the legs to be 40 inches, a good stop block is the answer. So I used wood, drill a hole, set it down there. I don't really know how these magnets work, but they're amazing. They will not move. Well, it slipped a little bit, but this is a painted table. But it won't move when you need it not to move. This is another thing I do with the magnet. This is the same magnet I just showed you on the left. When you need to drill some holes into a piece of metal that's bigger than your vise of your drill press, I had to do this a couple years ago, and I actually do have a magnetic drill, but on a smaller piece it's kind of hard. So I adapted one of these magnets, chucked it into the vise with a piece of wood. This magnet is screwed to the wood. I just place it there, turn on the magnet, and it's not going to move. You can drill, as long as you don't have too much overhang for the force, and as long as you don't hit your magnet, you can't get any better than this. I mean, it's not going to move. Now, like the thicker the metal, the better it works, and like if this was a bigger piece, hitting more of the magnet, it might work better. You might sometimes have to hold a little downward pressure on the other end, but normally on this piece of metal, I wouldn't have to do that. And I thought I'd go ahead and demonstrate how well this works. I'm going to turn on my drill press. Worked pretty good. And I thought I'd add this into the video too. In the wood shop, I use those same two magnets I used on for the stop block. I mounted, this is a pin vise, but you could use a regular drill press vise. And especially in a pin vise, you need it to be in the center, and so you can run your drill bit down there, close your vise, get it in the center, move it around, and then it's not going to move. These are like, I think these are 50-pound pull magnets. You could possibly slide it a little bit on my wax table, but the drill press isn't going to move it.